Good morning. Good morning, smart women. So I have so much coming up for me this morning. I'm like, ooh, which part do I want to share? And I really want to dig into today, and welcome to all the smart women. I think I added 42 new women to the smart women group in the last 24 hours. Welcome. You are smart. You have come to the right place, and you are here because you likely registered for the webinar on the 1st. That is happening. That webinar is happening. So make sure that if you signed up for it, you're not just signing up for free things because a Facebook ad told you to. Okay, like don't just watch a video of me and sign up and then not show up. It is imperative to your confidence, to your courage, to your respect for yourself, to really ultimately your success that you're there. It's not for me. It's really not. It's for you. So I want to talk today about all of the things that your parents told you. And this is not by any means a go after your parents live. Hang on, I'm doing too many things at once here. I'm adding people. What this is all about is just really noticing, right? When I'm your coach, right? I coach in here for free every day at 11 if you're wondering. But like we talk about the things that are underneath, right? Underneath the surface. And all of the things that your parents told you as you were growing up matter. They matter. And it's not about was it good or was it bad or did you have great parents or did you have crappy parents or any of that. What this is really about, yeah, I have clean hair today. It's really nice. I haven't done anything with it, but it is clean. But what this is really about is noticing. Because the cool thing about parents is that we're likely playing their voice in our mind. So really identifying like what did your parents tell you? And the reason why I'm sharing this with you this morning is because when you become a coach, when you become somebody who inserts yourself in other people's lives to enhance it or to empower others, it's so critical that you really understand your come from, that you really understand your stand, that you understand your brilliance, your wonder, your awesomeness, and also the things that aren't working for you, right? So you've got to really be willing to not only sharpen yourself, but allow those around you to sharpen you. Right? Man sharpens man, or iron sharpens iron, so one man sharpens another. What a gift to sharpen each other. So today, let me sharpen you by identifying that whatever it is that your parents are or have spoken life into you, it's time to let that go, but you got to notice it first. You've got to identify it first. So when you become a coach, you're standing for people. And so today I'm really calling you forward into standing for yourself. Take a look at the mirror. Take a look in the mirror. Are these flowers not just so pretty? Take a look at who is in front of you. You are brilliant. You are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of a creator who is huge. It's amazing. And you are loved. And coming back, are you loving yourself? Do you see yourself as this magnificent creature? Do you see yourself powerful enough to become a coach? And ultimately, the reason why I'm sharing this with you, because this is the number one thing that always gets in the way. It is the difference maker between my really powerful, profitable, impactful clients and coaches and the ones who quit. The ones who, and I don't want to say quit, the ones who stop. Right? Allow themselves to stop, because you actually haven't quit until you stop showing up. And every one of you is here, so none of you are quitters. This morning I was having a conversation with one of my students, and she was sharing with me that her daughter is like making her crazy. And we remember making our mom crazy, right? Or our dad crazy. And she was sharing like, I don't know what to do. Right? And my answer was, yes, you do. Yes, you do know what to do. Right? And so through this process of elimination and me getting curious and asking questions, I realized, or she realized actually, that she was in this power struggle with her daughter. And all her daughter was really screaming for was, hey mom, can you tell me that I'm powerful? Can you just remind me that I got this? I asked her, I said, okay, great. So like, She's powerful. Your daughter is a powerful, beautiful creature. And you're noticing her power, right? Like, whoa, that girl's got something going on there. And are you sharing that with her? And so when we look in the mirror, right? When we look in the mirror, are you waking up and sharing with you are a daughter, right? You are a daughter of someone. You're a daughter of the God Most High. Are you sharing with yourself that you are powerful? Are you sharing with yourself that you got this? Are you sharing with yourself, you are such a badass? There ain't nothing you can't do. And you get to be a coach and you get to make money. Lots of money, so that you can take that money and go out and serve, so that you can take that money and go out and impact, so that you can give money to organizations that you really believe in, that you stand for, so that you can make that tithe to your church and then some. Whatever it is that you want to do with your money, for the good, of course. And all of the reasons why you stop this money from coming in. Or are you playing a recording? Are you being selective? Maureen Hubert you'll see her in this group as Maureen Beth. I can't remember if this live was in this community or if it was in my You Are a Coach community, where I'm training coaches to be coaches. And I'm going to offer that to you guys. Is if you stay here, you will have the opportunity to become a coach in 6 weeks. If you stay here with me, if you come to the masterclass on first, you will have that same opportunity. But anyhow, when she was saying, she was talking to her daughter. Here's another daughter story. Oh my gosh, how cool is this? She's talking to her daughter, and her daughter's 4 years old. Her name's Sunny. And she goes, honey, she wasn't listening, right? And she goes, honey, why don't you want to listen to mommy? And she said, Mom, I listen to you sometimes. And Maureen was like, okay, fair enough. Sometimes you do listen, but why don't you want to listen all the time? Right? And I just love this story, Maureen. So thank you for giving me this content this morning. And she goes, well, Mom, because listening is boring. And it is so boring. And you know what else is really boring? You being stuck in that same story that you're telling everyone around you. The story of why you can't. The story of why you don't believe you are a 7-figure woman. I'm sorry, but I don't settle for anything less than 7-figure women. Okay? And I had this conversation with a client that has been with me for 8 months on our hot seat in PPI. This is my higher level mastermind that I run. And she said, I just don't want to be a 7-figure woman. And I said, that is not true. That is not true. That is a lie. That is a lie that your parents told you. And as we unpack this lie that she's been telling herself, as we unpack this lie, she realized, you're right, my parents were farmers. My parents have a scarcity lack mindset. It's not wrong. It's not wrong that your parents live the life that they live and that they've showed you and programmed you to be who you are. And maybe some of it isn't working anymore. Maybe that tape recorder isn't working anymore and it is boring. First of all, it doesn't fit this day and age. It doesn't fit it. The greatest transfer of wealth is happening right now, and it's happening in this arena. Our age groups, okay, how old am I? I'm gonna be 37 in 2 weeks. Wow, that's crazy. But like 30 to 45, the biggest transfer of wealth is happening for us. And I would even say 50, for us. When you are in this online arena, when you learn it, when you step into being a coach, when you step into, you know what, I'm going to use, trust, respect the voice and the talents and the gifts that I have been given and the experiences that I have gone through in order to get me here. And I'm going to give that away. And yes, people get to pay you for that. Of course they get to pay you for that. Don't be silly. God wants you to be rich. We talk about this all the time in my community. It is selfish to be broke. Imagine all of the people that you could be helping right now, the organizations that you could be donating to. You know, my husband and I, we get to donate to our son's school, our kids' school, and like some of the kids can't even afford tuitions to go to this beautiful school where they get to learn about God and they get to learn that they are children of an almighty king inside of school. And what a blessing that is to be able to bless other kids with the tuition there, right? And so I don't share this to brag. I just share this because, and I say this over and over and over again. I built myself here. I got myself here. No one put me in this position of wearing, $700 shirts. And it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you wear. I am just as happy in a $700 shirt as I am in a 7-year-old shirt from Target that I just can't part with. Okay, it doesn't matter. What matters is that you have this option because money solves problems. When you don't trust your voice, when you're not responsible, when you continue to listen to the tape recorder that your parents installed inside of you, only because that's what they knew, right? That's what they knew, that you're boring. You're boring yourself to death. And this is the root of anxiety. This is the root of depression. This is the root of sadness. This is the result of complacency, mediocrity, playing small. It's just you stuck in a story that doesn't serve you anymore. And so who can get you out of that? And this is what I was saying to my student this morning. She said, Tara, she's like, I just thank you so much for this call because I couldn't get out of this on my own. I was stuck. And I'm like, I think that you could have. And this is the power of perspective, the power of allowing someone to sharpen you. And that's why you're here inside this community. So welcome. If you are new, go back, watch some of these trainings, watch some of these coaching sessions that I've done, get in relationship with the other women inside this community, go live here. Oh my gosh, I would love to hear you. I would love to actually watch you trust your voice. I see everything that goes on inside this community. And be at the masterclass. You signed up for it. That's why you're here. That's why you've been allowed and granted access into this community because you said, I am a smart woman. I want to learn a smart method into getting my voice out there. And ultimately, you want to be a coach. Okay? You want to scale your business. You want to activate and access all the blessings that God has given to you. So just going back to Erica quickly and then I'll leave here. And she's like, I couldn't have done this without you. And yes, you can is the answer. And it is very powerful to have an outside perspective. Remember this. You are just one perspective away, one shift away, one interpretation away from empowering yourself. From empowering yourself. A lot of times I'm seeing it's like we're looking outside, we're scrolling on Instagram, we're on Facebook, like someone empower me. And a lot of times people come to my trainings and they're like, oh, Tara, and they just take, they consume. And consuming is great, and you've got to use it. Okay, so when you come to the masterclass on the 1st, don't just come because you want to consume my energy. I know, it's like, but I just love being around you, Tara. I get it. And I want to see you contribute. I want to see you in this community. I want to see your smile. I want to see your nerves. I want to see you scared out of your mind. I want to see you so nervous and excited and that you're just going for it. What would life look like to just get out of your way for a minute and be like, I just don't care anymore? Wouldn't that be freeing? And I promise you this is a safe place to do that. I promise you that there is no room for judgment inside this container. Only next levels, only empowerment, and only power, really, truly. And I'm talking about the real kind of power. I'm not talking about being able to just like move people and push people where you want to go. That's force. And there's a big difference between force and power, right? Power is when you can speak life into people with no agenda. Power is being free from judgment. Power is having a tape recorder in your head that you programmed, that you built. And it's in there and it's like, you are confident. You are powerful. You are impactful. You are profitable. You are loving. You are kind. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And I'm empowering myself. I'm coaching myself every single day into leading. And so I want to hear you. Does this make sense? Tell me what you're hearing me say. Do you hear me? Does this make sense? Please comment. I want to hear you. And I also want to know if you're new inside this container. Here is what we're doing. If you go live inside of the Smart Woman group, we're drawing a free coaching session with me. I haven't decided how long it's going to be. It'll be either 35, 45 minutes, maybe even an hour with me. We're going to be drawing that. I don't know when we're going to draw it, probably by the end of the month, by the end of, or the middle of next month. Maybe we'll draw it on my birthday. That'll be fun. So by November 15th, we will draw for the coaching session with me. But it's going to take you going live and tagging at least 25 women in it to watch you. And maybe if you're like, well, I don't even know what I would say, maybe just start with the topic like what it means to be a smart woman, or maybe one thing that I've learned from being inside this community is, or whatever's on your heart. Trust it. Trust it and go live and tag me in it because I want to see you. Okay, I love you. Create something extraordinary today. Yes, you can. You're not confused. Maybe it seems chaotic, but it's really not. You're one interpretation away from creating something extraordinary. Okay? I love you. For my coaches, I will see you at 1 p.m. I can't wait. Bye.